Okay, so what's this Refan Orgasmo game? Where,
Refantasio?
Reorgasmo, where a character is named Alonzo. There's no
metaphor.
way. Like, you can't make me believe that's real, Mikey. What did you do?
No, that's real. He's a character.
His name is Alonzo.
It is not Alonzo.
Like, his fake name that you're referring to is Cuculus or something like that. But
I looked up that character online. I Google searched Alonzo, and the only results were our videos on 3 tabs of Google.
Will Mikey and Alonzo ever stop ridiculing and teasing Ethan for just playing the game?
I mean, seriously, there's no way his name is Alonzo. It's Alonzo, is it not?
Yeah.
Well, that's not Alonzo's name either. His real name's Alonzo.
So Alonzo. So Mikey edited that screenshot to be Alonzo, right?
Yeah. I believe so.
Right, Mikey. You just edited it.
No, of course not. That is actually in the game.
Yeah. Well, for a second I thought it was. Then I looked it up, and like, oh no, it's just Alonzo. So I thought that maybe I thought the most likely option was that, like, I don't know, I've been surprised by games before because they, like, take hold of, like, some information in your hard drive, and then, like, characters and your contacts will show up in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're, like, surprised. Or, like, it'll know your own birthday. I was like, what? How does it know my birthday? I was like, oh, because it's in my system settings. I thought that was it. And you had a Alonzo saved somewhere, and it, like, changed the name based on that.
You thought that instead of Mikey used Photoshop to rearrange the letters so that it would say Alonzo.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm pretty sure he did edit because I'm looking at the wiki here, and it is Alonzo still.
He did edit it. He's admitting to it.
No, I'm saying hypothetically, if I wanted to do that, or that would be more likely than the game looks at your contact book and names things after your contacts.
Well, Mikey is a petty biatch after all. A petty bee.
Yeah, I'm being a little bit of a bee.
You're being a little bit of a bee. Time to pull out some old GM content. Actually, that's Zed Bros.
Ooh. Yeah, that was something I hated about Xenoblade 3, by the way, is that the villain's name is literally the letter Z, but because everything's British in Xenoblade, they call him Zed. And they don't spell it like Zed, which is like, if you're from the US, you're like, why are they calling him Zed?
Is the US the only place that doesn't say Zed?
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. But still, it's like,
Zed.
if you've lived your entire life and you didn't know that, it's just like, why are they saying Zed?
I mean, do they say that in Australia? Is it Z or Zed?
I'm pretty sure it's Zed.
I had no idea it was Zed for the longest time.
Alonzo, look it up.
Nah.
Oh, I guess I can't grab it if I'm standing on the thing. I mean, everybody knows that, but I had to remember.
Now it's Catherine, the game.
What is it with... There's like the guy who directed Persona 3, Persona 5, and Catherine keeps putting LGBTQ characters in his games and not bothering to care anything about their lived experience before he writes them.
Who's the LGBTQ character in 4?
Okay, so 4 has Naoto and Kanji thinks he's gay because Naoto is masquerading as male so that people will take her seriously, and her arc is learning to not lie about herself. If I recall correctly, that's like her whole, like, you fight her shadow and then she's like, I need to stop pretending to be something I'm not. And that's her big thing that she learns. And then meanwhile, Kanji is dealing with internalized homophobia because he thinks he might be gay because he's attracted to Naoto, who's pretending to be a man.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember that part.
And then there's a part
it's
in
just a
Persona
common Japanese little trope there. Like, oh, the dude's actually a chick.
Don't you remember Yu Yu Hakusho?
Oh, God. It's worst episode of Yu Yu Hakusho by far.
All I can say is that is from 1992. Things were very different.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Bleeding Heart Liberal Mavericks.
Yeah, I mean,
our
I've
audience
lost
knows who we
so
are.
much plasma from bleeding my heart out for those minorities that when they need a transplant.
We're millennials. We're full-time plasma donors. That's our job.
Fry, this is our intern, Amy Wong. I like having her around because she has the same blood type as me.
Very true. So we got to be liberal with the donations.
Yeah.
You mean
Why is
like
there
the
a 10 in-
completionist?
Yes.
Except
The
the
finishes.
completionist wasn't liberal with his donations. He just sat on
He
them.
he was
donate
very very conservative with them.
Very game hypothesis.
Have you guys heard of game hypothesis on the dark web? Screw him.
No. I actually don't know. What are you doing?
Fuck. Okay, I was trying to get upstairs. But that's what Matt Pat said about Haydox, because Haydox did those parody game hypothesis videos, and then someone on a stream asked Matt Pat, have you heard of game hypothesis on the dark web? And then Matt Pat was just like, screw him. And then Haydox called him out for it on Twitter, and he's just like, oh no, man, I was just kidding. Obviously.
He probably was.
Probably, yeah.
Haydox is like, how dare you be angry that I made fun of you in a parody?
Hey, dot.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
The fuck?
this is a sign.
Uh-oh, I think
This
I'm
is a sign
having a
of the
power surge right now or something.
What's happening at your house?
Well, it is raining outside. All right.
Welcome back to Sniff Mavericks, everybody.
Are we welcome?
No.
Back to this.
So, Alonzo,
afraid
tell
no
me why
ghost.
it is that it's okay for JRPGs to reuse the same battle theme for 90 hours, but it's not okay for this game.
Because those battles and everything, they take place and then they're done, and then you got dungeon music that changes throughout the game. This is the same
So
thing
does this.
throughout the
This also
entire
has
goddamn
dungeon
game,
music.
Mikey, so it's not a fair comparison.
This does have...
It's also an RPG versus or you
An
expect
action,
that to happen
supposed to be an
versus
action game.
it's also an RPG or you expect that to happen.
It's supposed to be an action game. The
Versus,
day
video game.
stages have different songs, Mikey, so they put more effort into that.
Each level in each of the night levels has its own song too.
Is this a day or a night section?
This is a night section, obviously, Ethan.
Yes.
Well, I guess night music isn't memorable if this is the only thing I can remember of it.
Because the night music is generally more atmospheric. Yes, it's not as bombastic
So
as
it
the day
sucks.
stuff.
Because I can remember a bunch of the day songs, because those are actually pretty good.
I'm gonna say it's one of those things where if you actually sit down and listen to these songs, it'd stand out in your mind more. It's like one of those things where like when you're playing the game, it's like, oh, whatever. But then when you actually sit down and listen to it, it's like, oh, this is actually very pleasing to my ears.
I mean, speak for yourself because I don't care for orchestrated songs like this.
Well, I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about like the not battle theme that plays in these levels. Each level
It's
has
still
its own
the
song.
song is still playing though.
Yeah, because we just fought something.
We weren't fighting anything right now though.
No, we just threw a
Okay,
guy
there
at
we
the
go.
thing, so that's why the music started again. Now it's playing again.
And there it goes
Mikey,
again.
your example so far, this is not defending any of that position. And if
It
you have to
fades
try,
away and immediately starts again.
and then if you have to try
Yeah,
to
just like
listen
how
to
when
it
you
to
go
make the
from one
music
battle
seem
to
better,
another in a
while the other
JRPG.
songs in the game are literally better and you don't have to try because they actually stand out. I don't
Could
know.
you repeat that? I missed that because I
anybody-
was talking.
Start
that?
over, my Alonzo.
What happened?
I asked you to repeat what you just said because I missed it.
Oh, if in this you have to try and actually put effort into listen to the atmosphere of song in order to appreciate it. When like every other stage, the day stages, you don't have to because they actually stand out on their own. Does that really show any confidence in the music, at least for the night stages?
No.
I was trying to let him get to that point.
I think part of that's
don't
just
think
your
so.
personal opinion. Because like this stands out to me just fine. I like this
Stop
song.
presenting your opinion as fact.
Yeah, Mikey.
I'm not. I literally just said that was your opinion. That's mine.
You're not allowed to show any confidence in voicing your opinion because it
Yeah.
appears as though you're saying it as fact.
Exactly.
I'm just
Or
saying
you're
this game
supposed to
has
start
an excellent
everything you say.
soundtrack.
You're supposed to start every sentence by saying IMHO.
Oh
In
yeah.
my
Song
honest
does
opinion.
Because
suck,
this is the
hairy
internet,
gorilla
people
balls.
will assume that if you talk about anything with the appearance of some sort of authority, that you're speaking objectively or something.
IMHO, this music is not hairy gorilla balls.
Yeah, it's not
It
Nino
is-
Kuni.
Okay, when then there we're back, and we're back. I don't know. I just have trouble. Okay, now we're getting to it, and then you gotta wait for it to
If they
shift.
could have made a unique battle theme for each level, that would have helped.
Or have literally a night like this melody version, and then a battle version of it.
Yeah. Which usually just amounts to throw some drums under
Clearly,
it.
Where-
there wasn't effort put into
Where-
these
where-
parts
where
because
it-
this
where
was just a
it
gimmick.
shifts. Like where it shifts between
Yeah.
them seamlessly without them awkwardly restarting all over again.
yeah,
I
it
know
feels like this whole
Seattle
part
is
was
just
that
just
is
about.
tacked
absolutely
on as a
true,
gimmick.
yes.
Because they needed to have, Sonic always needs a gimmick every single iteration for some reason.
Yeah.
And as soon as they get good at one thing, they decide, okay, we're gonna drop that and never use it again.
Yeah,
That
so
reminds me of how like games forever decided that when you're at low health, it has to go doo 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 doo.
yeah.
And
The
warn
little
you.
bumping, yeah.
Well, the
create
alternative
urgency.
is with a lot of these type of games, because that's something I hate. I absolutely despise about Ninja Gaiden Black, is that in that game, if you get to low health, there's absolutely no warning for it. So that a lot of the times when I'm playing that, I just like, wait, I'm dead? When did that happen? When did I get to low health?
This
Uh-huh.
game has a life bar?
Well, the problem is that the life bar is up in the corner and you're looking at the center of the screen focusing on actually fighting people. So, like,
Skill
what that
issue, you gotta
means
keep
is
an eye
that
on
when you're
that
playing
shit.
Ninja Gaiden, you have to constantly shift your eyes from the center of the screen to the top left just so that you don't die. And it's one of those games that doesn't have checkpoints. You have to explicitly save at a statue every 5 steps. It's not like God of War where, like, if you die, it's just there's automatic checkpoints and stuff. There's also these really shitty sections where you have to explore, like, a city and stuff, and it's, like, not linear at all.
Everybody still recording?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Anyways, the reason I bring that up is because Bayonetta does something where when you get to low health, it, like, does a pause for a moment where things go into slow motion for just a little bit, and that lets you know, without playing the da-da, that you're at low health.
Like that's the worst thing. I love me some Zelda Ocarina of Time, but god damn, when you're on low health, it never lets you forget it.
Yeah.
And it's so annoying. You just want to like turn that shit off.
Let's see.
It's like, yeah, I know I have a half a heart. I'm fighting Ganon with all 20 hearts because Ethan collects all 20 hearts every time he plays that game.
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. All right, and
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen.
No, actually,
Yes?
no.
I'm listening.
Hey. Listen.
Listen to the beat.
Listen to the beat
I like
of the
when
song
Sonic
that
goes
sucks.
fast. What the hell is this shit?
Yeah, that is... Like, obviously we can have arguments about whether or not this shit is good on its own, but I cannot... Whoa, what the hell just happened there? It, like, flung off. But obviously I cannot...
Maybe you
and
experienced
did
the
not
power
argue
surge in
in
your
my review,
controller.
even that this really makes sense to put in a Sonic game alongside the day gameplay, because they just clash. And
Yeah, and it's not even a great version of the beat 'em up. It's like You
How
can
dare
get
they put variety in my games?
well, yeah, variety, yeah, but coherent variety as well. You can have like a what's that game with the cheetah men? There's variety in there. It doesn't mean it's all good.
What's that game with the cheetah men?
The game with the cheetah men.
Yeah, that was pretty. That was a knee slapper, Alonzo.
Exactly.
Alonzo gets a full bowl of kibble for dinner for that one.
You calling me a bitch?
Ooh.
You calling me a bitch, you hoe?
You call me